Yes, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Now, as we know, the transfer window is well underway. There's rumours cropping up every day, all sorts of clubs, all sorts of players. So I've got 10 today, 10 rumours that I'm going to put on a tier list. We've got 5 tiers, so we've got nailed on, likely, keep an eye on it, unlikely, absolutely not. So without further ado, let's get into it. If there is any rumours that you guys have heard online, seen it on TV, heard it on the radio, feel free to put it in the comments. But these are just 10 I've picked today. First one I've got, it's Rodrygo to Barcelona. Obviously he's been, made clear he's not part of Xabi Alonso's plans at Real Madrid. I'm just going to stick this one in, absolutely not. I do not see this happening at all. Barcelona have got a stacked attack already. They've got Rafinha, they've got Lewandowski. Yes, he's, coming to the end of his career, you could argue, but he's still a very good world-level striker. Obviously, Ferran Torres to back him up. Obviously, Lamine Yamal, who is probably one of the best talents in the world at the moment. And they've just signed Rashford on loan. So I don't think he's going to fit across that front line. I know he can play all across the front line, which is obviously a brilliant player to have in your team. But I just don't see it happening. Obviously, I know players have gone from Real Madrid to Barcelona before and vice versa. But I just don't see this happening. For me, Rodrygo to Barcelona is absolutely not. Got Luis Diaz heading to Bayern Munich. Obviously, Bayern are crying out for a left wing. Obviously, I think Koeman has left. Quote me if I'm wrong. Leroy Sané has gone to Galatasaray. And so obviously Bayern are after a left winger. They've apparently now made Diaz a priority. Liverpool have knocked back a £68 million bid. But if Bayern really want him as much as they say they do, if they come back with an improved bid, could Liverpool let him go? That's why I've got on keep an eye on it, because this could literally go anyway. It could falter soon, or it could be a done deal within a matter of weeks. Next, coming from Manchester, it's James Trafford going back to Manchester City and Ederson going to Galatasaray. So Fabrizio's reported that James Trafford has accepted the move back to City, despite interest from Newcastle since feels like forever. And, it looked like it was nailed on for him to go Newcastle. But obviously Newcastle, I don't know what they're doing. Since Alanga, they've just gone quiet on the transfer market. Obviously, a lot of fans are losing patience with Ederson now. His shot-stopping numbers have declined. And, obviously he's still a great distributor of the ball. But, he lost his place to Ortega for, a big stretch of the season last season. And I think, he's got 1 year on his contract. Man City just might want to get the last little bit of money from him. You know what? I'm probably going to look like an idiot because, there's so many reports going on. I'm going to put this as nailed on. I think this will happen. Right, on to my club, West Ham. I sort of got a 2-in-1. First of all, I've got Harvey Elliott. This cropped up a lot recently on my social media. And as much as I'd like to see it happen, because I do actually like Harvey Elliott, I just think it's unlikely. I don't think Liverpool are, budging of the 40 million valuation. We don't want to pay the 40 million. I don't think it's a loan move either. I think it's a straight up transfer. Yeah, I just unfortunately don't see this happening, just because I don't see us stumping up 40 million to pay for him. So I'm going to put this unlikely, and I'm also going to put Jack Grealish to us on loan in unlikely. I know it's only a loan, but I think still the wage demands are going to be far too high. Tottenham are also some of the other clubs interested, and as much as I hate to admit it, Tottenham have more to offer than us. And I just don't see us getting Jack Grealish or Harvey Elliott in. It's a shame because I do like those players, although I think Grealish, probably moved a bit too soon to that big club, but he still has that talent. He's still a good dribbler. He can still provide assists, draw fouls. But I don't think he'll be doing it in claret and blue, I'm afraid. So Harvey Elliott and Jack Grealish to West Ham in the unlikely column. Talking of Tottenham, I've seen Maxence Lacroix to Tottenham. This is very recent. I think it just broke a day ago that Tottenham are interested. So just for that reason alone, I'm just going to keep an eye on it because it is very fresh. But what a signing that would be. He's very similar to Van der Ven, strong, tall, and very, very fast. That back line would be very hard to get past. But like I say, it's very early days, so keep an eye on it. Obviously, like I said, we're sticking with Tottenham. João Paulinho, they've been linked with him in the past couple of days. They've apparently made contact with Bayern, and it's looking like it could cost about 25 million to 30 million, which I think is a bargain for a player of Paulinho's quality. We saw what he did at Fulham. He was a defensive monster, and I think Tottenham do need a defensive player in their midst. Basuma isn't the best. He's very inconsistent. Bentancur is, again, very inconsistent, always picking up injuries. So I think a player like João Palhinha could really solidify Tottenham's midfield. Play along, Pape Mateta, Sarr. I think it'd be a quality midfield. He struggled for game time under company. He knows the league. Apparently, he's open to leaving Bayern as well. So I'm going to put this in the likely column. I do think Tottenham could pull this off, and I think it will be a really good signing if they do. Right, another club now looking for a midfielder. I've gone Douglas Luiz to Everton on loan, something I've seen crop up quite recently. It will just be a loan from what I understand. I don't know if it's an obligation to buy or an option to buy. I'm seeing loads of different reports. Again, with so many reports flying around, I've seen that he has accepted the offer, but there's Forest interested as well. My club's interested. West Ham are interested. So this could go any way. But I will say it's quite likely, just because the amount of reports I've seen that he's accepted the offer to Everton. I'm going to go with Douglas Luiz to Everton on loan, likely. And what a signing for Everton that would be. We've seen Douglas Luiz in the Premier League before. He's brilliant in both boxes. He's very end-to-end. And he can take penalties. So, that could be really helpful for Everton next season. Could really help solidify them. New stadium. Obviously, they found form under Moyes. Started to get a bit of momentum. Perhaps this is a signing that could help them gain a bit more momentum. Maybe start to creep up the table next season. I feel like I would get crucified if I didn't mention this one. Alexander Isak to Al Hilal. Alexander Isak seems like he wants to leave this summer. He was linked with Liverpool, said he was open to it. They've gone and signed Etakite for 90 million, 60 or something crazy. So Alexander Isak's head could be swayed here. And Al Hilal, they're going to offer big money, and apparently it is big money. It's a 4-year contract, 50 million a season. It's hard to turn that down, but it depends where Isak's head is at. Does he want to play European football with a passionate fan base, or does he want to go and just get generational wealth? It's very early days. Apparently, Alexander Isak has given Al Hilal the green light for talks, but it's just talks at the moment from what I've seen. And that is why we will keep an eye on it. I think this could go either way. It could either be done within a couple of weeks, or it could just fall apart. So yeah, for now, we'll keep an eye on it. And the last rumour for today that I've got is Xavi Simons to Chelsea. Apparently, Xavi Simons has said he wants to step up to the Premier League. Chelsea and Arsenal both keeping tabs on him. He's valued at around 60 to 70 million, which I think is not a bad price tag. He's got 2 years left in his contract at Leipzig. But I don't think Chelsea is the right move for him. If they have players of a similar profile to Simons in there, could they, be upgraded by his arrival? Yes, sure. But can Chelsea get those players out of the door in time to, facilitate his move? Obviously, they've spent a lot of money still, Chelsea. They still need to get rid of a lot of players. So it's unlikely for me that that it will happen. Xavi Simons to Chelsea in the unlikely column. That's it for today, guys. Like I said, there is so many rumours going about. It's like hour by hour there's another rumour or another twist in this transfer window. But like I said, your suggestions are always welcome, and if you like, I can always do a part 2. It is not an issue. There is going to be a lot of transfers going around this summer. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, check out all our social media, and we are on Spotify now, so also make sure to check that out if you fancy a listen while while you're at work, or having a little clean of your room. It always helps to drive up the interactions on the channel. Until the next video, guys, we'll see you in the next one.